5 tips for if you're going on a date with someone or if you're dating someone. These are just, listen, we're not really experts, we're just speaking from our own experience and obviously advices and things we've seen going around us. So yes, obviously we all got things, our viewpoints with life, so there's nothing wrong or right about any of these things we say. But yeah, so do you want me to start with So my first tip, if you're going on a date or dating someone, I would say initially you shouldn't be the one who arranges the date. As a girl, this is me, don't crucify me. I feel like as a woman you shouldn't be the one who's making all these arrangements and pushing it on a guy. I feel like if a guy is really chasing you and really wants you that bad, they will make that effort in the beginning to actually arrange the date, time and where to meet and stuff. That's my first one.
I think I should be giving my own, but am I allowed to disagree with you?
No, you're giving your tips. Then at the end we can just probably... So you're giving your own tips, I've given mine, so you have to give what you think.
Okay. My own tip is don't fake anything. That includes your age, the way you behave. Don't fake anything. The only time you're allowed to fake it is when you don't really like that person. But if you've got great amount of interest on that individual, don't fake anything. Smile freely, laugh freely, eat freely, and don't add, oh, I live in that house, I've got that thing, and don't hide your age. Just be yourself.
That's good. That's good. So my next one would be, the second tip for me is don't go to this is my tip, okay? No judging here, this is just what I think. So my next one would be, don't go to a guy's house as a first date. I don't think, if you want to give sort of a first impression about yourself, the girl or lady or woman you are, then I think you shouldn't go to a guy's house for a first date. I know people classify going to someone's house and watching Netflix and stuff as a date, but for me I would say don't do that. I feel like if you're gonna chill in an environment, I think the guy should make effort and actually come to your place, if anything, or come to your city or town. That's what I think.
And my next one is very, very deep. Listen. On every young relationship, you have to listen, and this specifically go to young girls that thinks that they know everything. Listen carefully, and you pick out the nonsense, the sense out of every nonsense.
Hey, amen. Sorry.
Hallelujah.
Right, good one. Listen. Okay, my third one would be, so this, I'm sure if you're going on a date, this is probably the first time you're meeting this person and all this. Yeah, just be free and don't get too excited. That would be my tip. Don't get too excited and just keep it cool. Kiss on the lips or a little peck, hug, you know, try to keep the physical side of things limited until, you know, a few more dates or when you get to know the person. So yeah, try shut your legs. That's it.
Shut what legs?
Shut your legs. Don't open it. Close them tight.
Another tip. I'm gonna go now into looks. This is it. These are things that have worked out for me.
Share them because I need to know.
If you want to be extreme, be extreme. If you want to be moderate, be moderate.
Amen.
You know, some people go on a date, on a first date, and they will look, you wear trousers and then you will have all the boobs coming out. It's good to be sexy, but then first impression goes a long way. If you are a woman over 20, right, you're not considered to know if your dressing should actually reflect the person that you are.
Oopsie.
So don't go looking like a rock star when you are not a rock star. So let your dressing reflect your personality. But what I would personally recommend is be moderate. You know, if you're a teenager, it's different. You'll probably be dating a teenage boy. But when you're past 20, come on, you're a matured woman. I recommend a woman should look decent.
That part.
Decent. The word is decent. When you're going on a first date, be decent. There are sexy outfits, lots of sexy dresses out there that you can wear, but they look really decent. That's all I can say.
Okay, my next tip, I don't know if this is number 4 or 5, whichever it is. So I would say when you're talking to this person, if whatever they say, don't try to make excuses. So normally people will give out things like, oh, I've just been in a relationship, so I'm not looking for a relationship right now. I want to take things slow. Sorry, that's a bad sign there. And the other thing they'll say will be like, oh, I'm just too busy right now with work, I'm just trying to focus and work and grind. Yeah, that's another tip there. Just know this is not going too far. Or so just listen to those little things they say when you're having a conversation. If there's like red flags to what they say, take it as they come, and in the future don't be surprised when this guy is like, oh, acting a bit shady. Just take whatever they say in the beginning, and yeah, keep that in mind.
Again, I think I am gonna buttress on what she said. Like, sometimes the pictures are just on the walls for you to be able to recognize them. But then if you're not too sensitive, sometimes men can be very playful, don't get me wrong. You have men that they will say, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship. Then you have women who are not sensitive at all. They are ready to play with those games. And that man at the end of the day can be really serious with them. So if you are that type of woman, kudos. So that brings me to my advice. Be patient. Like, you don't grow up to be a matured person in a day. We have to crawl, and then we start taking steps before we can actually walk. So we do understand on that point of view. So if you're in a relationship, my best advice is be patient.
That's a good one.
Listen to your body, listen to his body, respect the person for whatever they are saying. If that is not enough reason to break up with them, be patient. You never know, you might get the best of them. Sometimes they realize that, oh my God, she is being patient. It's high time for me to just look to this person now. Patience is golden.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Right, so my final and last tip is recognize these signs. I feel like time is money. So if someone values my time, they value what I'm doing with my time. So if a person doesn't value your time, it means they don't value or respect you giving that your time to them. So if they're not respecting that person doesn't respect you at all. I feel like if you don't respect my time, you don't respect me at all.
True.
So if, say for instance, we plan something and you're not bothered to like keep me on track, or you keep me the whole day, and you're just, you're not, this person is not like straightforward with you and doesn't take your time as it's important to you, I'm sorry, like this as a dating advice, don't waste your time on people who waste your time. I feel like if someone respects you, they respect your time.
True.
They respect what you do with your time. They respect when you give them your time. So not respecting these things, sorry, it's a